My name is Ayanna Miller. And
Ayanna, Greg Hart. Nice to meet you. Candidate
nice
for DuPage County Chairman.
Alrighty. Alright, just tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a husband. Most importantly, I've been married to my wife for 7 years. We've known each other for 12 years. It's the most important role I play, second to being a father. I have 2 little kids. I have a 4-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son. And they're really my motivation for getting into politics. I want to make sure that they're not the first generation of my family that has to leave DuPage County to pursue their potential.
Alright.
Yeah. I'm also a management consultant, most importantly. I help organizations, some of the largest ones in the world, become more efficient, effective, maximize the output that their people provide. And that's also what's leading me to my service on the DuPage County Board and hopefully as your next chairman.
Alright. What experiences make you stand out?
Well, I think, as I mentioned, this is a role that essentially is the mayor or chief executive officer of an organization that's larger in population than 6 U.S. states, bigger in economic output than 6 U.S. states, has 3,000 employees, and obviously serves almost 1 million people. That's the size of DuPage County. And to lead an organization like that with this role, you really need someone who's been skilled at leading organizations, who's been an executive, and someone who's spent time in the private sector. I'm the only candidate in this race that's done that, and I know that I can hit the ground running on day one, applying my management skills to lead the county into the future. I also have experience at the DuPage County Board. I've been a county board member for the past 5 years, led some of the largest committees in terms of budget that the county has to offer, including the Technology Committee, Health Committee, and most recently the Heroin Opioid Substance Use Disorder Committee. And in that time that I've been there, even though it's only been 5 years and relatively less amount of time than some of my colleagues, I've won more National Achievement Awards for DuPage County than anyone has in the same amount of tenure. So I think my record of experience at the county, my professional background, and then my bipartisan approach to work with anyone sets me apart.
That is great. That is great. What specifically motivated you to run for the DuPage County Board?
You know, it's my kids. I had a great upbringing in DuPage County. My parents actually were raised in DuPage County. My grandparents chose to move here to provide better opportunity for their kids to go to school, be in a safe community, and obviously have economic opportunities once they graduated from school. And if you look at the direction that the state of Illinois is taking, it's having an opposite approach. Frankly, we're losing people. DuPage County was the only county in the state over 500,000 in population that grew in the last 10 years. And I think we're unique because we're doing something right here. We balance our budget, prioritize public safety, and we create opportunity economically for everyone, our diverse community that lives here. And to me, that's really the main motivating factor for why I want to take the ball forward. I think we can be doing so much as a community. We just have to have the right person leading it.
Right, I agree. If elected, what are 1 or 2 goals that you hope to accomplish?
That's wonderful to ask. I always like when people talk about the substance of what you want to do in office. Right. First and foremost, and it goes without saying, but it's not always the approach that some politicians take to the job. I want to make sure we're balancing our budget and not raising our property taxes. All of us pay too much in property tax as it is, and if we operate like Springfield does with a budget that's out of balance, it's going to pass on that burden to all of us and our kids, most importantly. I don't want that to be the case. We can provide the services people need in DuPage County, but live within our own means as a government. That's my first major initiative. Secondly, I mentioned that I'm the leader of the Heroin Opioid Prevention Education Task Force. Substance use and mental health are critical issues in today's society, especially in DuPage County. We're seeing overdose rates rise for all drugs. Mental health is still something that we don't have enough resources at in DuPage County, so I want to make sure we're building and investing in our resources to provide people that need help in those 2 capacities to get the treatment that they need and the opportunity that they need to succeed once they're done with treatment.
I agree. All right, a quarter of students at Wheaton Warrenville South are really concerned about low income. I would imagine this number could grow due to the current inflation.
Yep.
What are your specific plans to assist the low-income and disadvantaged families in DuPage County?
Yes, it's a great question. It's a big priority of mine. I think that we need more affordable housing in DuPage County. Right now, it's very expensive to live here. Inflation's making that even more difficult for people. Housing, and this affects people on all age ranges, socioeconomic spectrums, whether it's a senior or a teacher that's teaching at Wheaton Warrenville South. There aren't enough affordable housing options for people to live in DuPage County, especially for folks on fixed income. They're faced with the difficult decision to either pay their bills or move out of DuPage County, where they may have family that they want to see moving forward. So I'd partner with nonprofit organizations to get them funding to help create responsible and affordable housing developments throughout DuPage County to address that need. I'd also make sure that we're doing what we can at DuPage County to not add to the burden. I mentioned living within our means. Well, that's one thing that our county government can do to address inflation, making sure that we're not adding any additional tax burden than that's needed. But affordable housing is critical. And then lastly, well-paying jobs in DuPage County. We absolutely need to invest in local entrepreneurs. I was the first board member of either party to propose creating new small business enterprise programs for minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, and veteran-owned businesses. We give people the opportunity to invest in themselves and our community and start their own business that will create thousands, if not more, hundreds of thousands of well-paying jobs in DuPage.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the voters?
I think what's very critical, especially as young people that are engaged in public service, we need to make sure that we're modernizing government to work for the future. I will be the first millennial or younger candidate, county chairman in the country that's leading a major county. That's something to be said, and I'm bringing a new, innovative, and fresh and energetic approach to this job. I want to invest in technology at DuPage County so that everything that requires one of us to interact with a county employee can be done online. I think that's going to increase transparency and frankly make the government more visible to its people, but also going to create a lot more ease of service for people at the county. One of the biggest questions I get as a county board member now and as a candidate for chairman is, what does the county do? And that shows you so much attention is focused at the federal or state level, but 90% of what actually affects your day-to-day life happens locally, whether that be in your school, your municipality, or your county. I think by investing in technology, creating a digital government initiative, we can succeed and make both of those means, both saving money and creating additional transparency and engagement for the people, a reality.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayanna. Thanks so much for the questions, and it's wonderful to be here.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.